Welcome back to the City Current Radio Show. I'm your host, Jeremy Park. We're honored to be with our next guest. We're talking about the Germantown Area Chamber of Commerce. Our good friend, Janie Day, she is the president and CEO. Janie, how are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. Happy 21.
Absolutely. So let's start with some context. Germantown Area Chamber of Commerce, give us a little bit of history for your efforts, and then we'll dive into all the good you're doing.
Okay, thanks. So the Germantown Area Chamber of Commerce was started in 1973. And so we are approaching our 50th anniversary. I was here, I started 8 years ago in this position, and it's changed a lot. I mean, just social media has changed so much in 8 years. So we have about right under 600 members. And when I say area chamber, I mean, we have chamber members from downtown to Bartlett, to everything in between, Collierville, Eads, so forth, because chamber members and those in Germantown can usually afford to buy what someone is selling, whether it's a product or services or anything of that nature. So that's why we say area chamber. And we're growing all the time. But I will say that 2020 was an interesting year.
Absolutely. For all of us, indeed.
That's exactly right.
I look on my end, when you talk about Germantown Area Chamber of Commerce, you really are the front lines in terms of recruiting new businesses, making sure that the business community is vibrant, being an advocate, being a catalyst, bringing the community together, the business community, and like you said, doing business with each other. So there's a lot that goes on in terms of what you do and the role you play in the community. Dive in a little bit deeper into some of those nuances to paint the picture of everything that you do.
Well, first of all, people do business with the people they know and they like and they trust. And I kind of use that from B&I. So if anybody's from B&I, I'm a B&I person anyway. So, but it is true. And where we fit in is to get the people to get to know each other and to do business with each other. And then that relationship grows. So everything we do, whether it's a monthly luncheon, we have an ambassador group. We, as 4 employees of the chamber, can't reach out every day or even physically to each one of our chamber members because we have 600 of them. So we have ambassadors, and our ambassadors are people who have real careers, whether they're realtors or bankers, like my ex-banking business. They come and help us and contact our chamber members for whatever reason. They're assigned a list of people. They talk to them about what can we do to help you in your real estate business? What can we do to help you in your restaurant, especially right now? And what can we do to help you in our small business? We do videos. We can't do a ribbon cutting because we can't take the picture without our masks on. And I'm determined to continue on having those videos because they last. We put them out on social media. New business joins the chamber. We send Lori and sometimes Kayla out to do a video showing what they sell, whether it's cashmere and roses or a restaurant. That way we're getting it all out there. And this is what has really helped us, or really helped us help our small businesses in 2020. And we will not give that up. We will always continue on with our videos. And again, we're getting everybody to do business with each other so that we can support each other. And that's so important to, if you're looking for a plumber, look up our directory so that you can see who's a chamber member. Oh, I need to call them, because that helps them. We also have little cards that we take to our restaurants and our retailers. It says, I'm here because you're a chamber member. And it goes a long way when it gets to the right person.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you mentioned the videos, because I think that's something that when you look at the pandemic and some of the pivots you all have made, that's one that I thought was really smart, because to your point, you use social media, you use the video storytelling to really advertise and promote the members, but really to spotlight the good that they're doing and the way that we can use them. And I think that was very clever. And some of them were, extremely viral in terms of the spread and how far they went out there. Talk about some of the other things that during the pandemic you all have had to pivot on, and especially as we're looking at 2021, kind of setting the stage for just everything that's going on this year as well.
Well, we really have used social media on a daily basis, and we are going to start a lunch and learn, and it's going to be set up for all of our chamber members, probably free, because we have sponsors who can do that. We want to help them grow. In other words, one of the topics is going to be, how can I use social media to build my business? What is branding if you don't know? Well, if you don't, we have extremely important speakers who are going to be doing them, and not virtually, until I can do it with 60 to maybe 65 people in a room. I really don't want to do it because there's so much interaction, and we need to have that done. And these are local speakers. I know you have international and national speakers, but cityCURRENT has helped us find and locate and acquire those larger speakers from Muller Industries, media people, just to be speakers for that. They don't have, our members don't have to pay for. It's going to be free because we'll use sponsors to do that. And these sponsors, First Horizon, Mid-America Apartments, Paragon Bank, all kinds of sponsors want to help. And that's what makes us the availability to have some of our things that are free.
And to your point, I mean, just looking at the speaker lineup that you're looking at on your end, all extremely savvy, amazing individuals here locally who have a wealth of knowledge to be able to share. And to your point, to be able to put them on stage and share their expertise is helpful and valuable all the way around. Talk about some of the other things. I know that the magazine is something that's extremely popular on your end. So talk about the magazine.
Yes, the Germantown Chamber and the City of Germantown partnered several years ago, 2018 and 19. We had two magazines. The city had one and the chamber had one, and we partnered together. And now we, as a partnership, we do 3 magazines. And what that has allowed us to do is we, the chamber, sell the ads mainly to our chamber members and some people, some companies that are not chamber members, but we certainly want to get them to be chamber members. And then we have an editor who is wonderful, and he has graphic designers and writers that actually put the magazine together. Our next issue is coming out and will be mailed sometime next week. It's in the works right now. It is all about achievement and the large achievement that the city of Germantown received in 2019, the Malcolm Baldrige Award. And that's not the only achievement they've gotten, but that is a very high achievement. We're only one of 4 cities that has ever achieved that award. And then we have other chamber members who have achieved certain things too. And I'll let that be a surprise as to who they are, because the editors and the writers wrote stories about our chamber members who have achieved certain areas and goals that they were trying to achieve. So it is all about achievement. The next magazine will come out. It'll be our summer issue, and it will have all the activities that the city of Germantown and the chamber plan on having in the summer months. And then we have our fall magazine, which comes out 3 times a year. And that has generated income that actually have supported us during 2020, because we couldn't have our normal events, our golf tournament, our Taste of the Town. Those have all been events that we have had to support the chamber. And now the magazine has taken over that role, which frees us up to spend more time with our businesses individually and helping them get back on their feet. And that's where the change of mission has come from.
Share some of the tips. I think the video and the power of social media, those, in and of themselves are really powerful tips. Obviously, just being a member, of the Germantown Area Chamber of Commerce is a big one in terms of kind of having that collaborative network and the ambassadors and the voice together. But what's another tip that you would encourage for other small businesses in terms of how to be more successful given what's going on with the pandemic, and just what encouragement and tips would you give them?
We have found that certain small businesses, to get the word out every week, and some of them every day, are using Instagram and social media. Not just Facebook, but definitely Instagram and Alignable and any way of social media to get the word out. Buff City, I use Buff City Soap as my example. I know who's doing their social media, but they have discounts, they have specials 3 to 4 times a week. And if you continue to push that out in a nice manner, but just, and we have done that on our website too. So we are sharing anybody that is doing anything. You can actually, if you're looking for employees, or you're an employer or an employee looking for a job, that's all now posted on our website under Job Bank. So we've added that, and that doesn't cost anything. You do have to be a chamber member. That's the point. But we will use that from now on also. So it's just, as I said, Buff City Soap is doing their social media on every day. And if it gets done that way, it brings people in and just keeps you in front of your target. We have our ambassadors working on something right now where they go to one of a chamber members' luncheon or a lunch there or a dinner, and they check in, and if they share it, they get some points. We have 8,000 shares that came in last week, and that is huge. So that's ambassadors, and there's about 25 of them going to eat at our restaurants. They're going to shop at our small locally owned businesses. When they check in and share it, they get points. They're a winner. And then we have an ambassador of the month and an ambassador of the year and so forth. But where it really helps is getting those hits and all those, by everybody shares it. That's 25 people sharing every single day where they've been. I mean, it's just a matter of numbers, and the numbers have increased tremendously. So it's not for our recognition. It's definitely just to help these small businesses that have been struggling.
What's something that you've learned, either for you personally or you as a team, through the pandemic?
I would say it is definitely getting out there and touching our members. We have always had the thought of, we've got to have this event so that the members will come. No, now we have got, and we learned this as a group, I would say, we have got our income that helps us with the magazine, but now we are absolutely touching our members and our restaurants and our small businesses, and they see a difference. Their Christmases were good. Their luncheons and dinners and what they're selling, and it's attorneys too. I mean, a lot of just, whether it's a small plumber group, or I know Donald Robbins, his business has been wonderful this year because of what we shared, but also because people were working from home and they would kind of see the ceiling leaking and they go, oh yeah, well, we need to get that fixed. So some of the companies have had their best year ever, but they're now giving back. Donald Robbins came to me and said, y'all have been wonderful to me for all this time. Now I want to reach out and help you. What can I do?
That's
so
awesome.
That it's all about more connection. And I think people really have learned that that is so much more important. And to stay in business, we have got to help each other. And that's exactly what we're doing. So,
I agree. Wrap up and talk about how businesses can become a member, and then obviously where to go. So website, and where do we reach out and get in touch?
Germantown.chamber.com, and you can join online. It's set to the number of employees in general. For example, banks all pay a certain amount, hotels pay a certain amount, but if you don't fit in that kind of category, then it's based on the number of people that work in your business. If it's 1 to 3 employees, it's $300 for the year. And that entitles you to come to the luncheons. We are going to start having business after hours, which is another networking opportunity. It allows you to come to all of our events. Some of them you do have to pay for. Got to pay for the lunch. But we have great speakers coming up for our lunch this year. Not only our lunch and learn I was talking about, but our monthly luncheons. And we do have some great entrepreneurs who have been inducted into the Society of Entrepreneurs, and they want to talk about their story. Everybody's got a story, and that's exactly what we try to get everybody to understand with our events that we have, but mainly our business after hours and our monthly luncheons with some really, really good local speakers.
We'll wrap up and tell them one more time the website and where to go.
Yep. Okay. Website is germantownchamber.com. Our telephone number, you can also join online, or on the phone, 755-1200. It's very, very simple. And we have all kinds of perks that will go along with you join. We'll come do a video, get you out there quickly to our members, and hopefully everybody will know that you've joined the chamber. You can come to our luncheons, sit at the head table, talk about what you do, and within the first couple of months. So we want to get you involved. If you just sign up and don't come to anything, it's like going to the gym. It isn't going to do you any good. So
right.
you really need
to
come.
Sign up and get involved. That's for sure. Well, Janie, greatly appreciate all you and your team do. Thank you so much for your work in the community, but obviously too coming on the show. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you.